Hari Om children, welcome to Max class. Let's start our class with prayer. Sit straight, join your hands, close your eyes, chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath. Om. 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 Om Sagana Bhavatu Saganau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. From this class, children are going to learn to understand the angle sum property of triangle and to understand the concept of congruent triangles.
Consider any triangle and let's call it triangle ABC. We know what the internal angles are, but what are exterior angles of a triangle? It's simple. We just extend any one side. Let us produce side BC to point D, like this. Since we've just extended BC to D, it means that BD is also a straight line. That's it. This angle is an exterior angle. Angle ACD is in the exterior of the triangle, which is why it's called the exterior angle. We know that these three angles are interior, but this time we will look at them with respect to their exterior angle. First, let's look at this angle, angle ACB. We know that it lies in the interior of the triangle, and it is adjacent to this exterior angle. So with respect to this exterior angle, angle ACB is the interior adjacent angle. What about the other two angles, angle ABC and angle BAC? They too are both in the interior region of the triangle, but they're not adjacent to the exterior angle. They are called as interior opposite angles. Let's try to derive an interesting relation between the exterior and the interior opposite angles. Let's erase this and form a new triangle. Let's call it ABC. And we extend side BC to point D. For convenience, let us name the interior angles 1, 2 and 3 and the exterior one as 4. We know that the sum of interior angles of the triangle is 180 degrees. The sum of interior angles is angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. This sum should equal 180 degrees. And can you guess the sum of angle 3 and this exterior angle? What would measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 be equal to? If you notice the figure carefully, you will see that they form a straight line. Yes, they form a linear pair. Their sum would equal 180 degrees. Both these expressions equal 180 degrees. It means they have to be equal. We can say that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. Subtracting the measure of angle 3 from both the sides, we can say that angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 4. If you noticed, angle 4 is the exterior angle and angles 1 and 2 are the interior opposite angles. This proves that the exterior angle of any triangle is always equal to the sum of its interior opposite angles. We draw a random polygon. A polygon is a closed figure with 3 or more sides. And we have another polygon here. Are these two figures congruent? Well, they look like each other, but the condition for congruency says that these two figures are congruent if one, when placed on the other, they both should overlap exactly. If we move this one over the first one, we can see that it overlaps exactly. It means they are congruent figures. Let's erase this and draw another polygon. And here's another one. Are these two figures congruent? At first, they don't look congruent. But that's the trick. This polygon, when placed on this one, overlaps exactly. So they are congruent too. Doesn't matter how they are placed. That's congruency. But let's understand a bit more about congruency. When are two figures congruent? It's simple. They should have the same shape as well as the same size. Say we have a shape like this and another one like this. We can easily say that they are not congruent as they're completely different shapes. Now look at this shape and this one. We can see that their shape is the same. But wait, their sizes are different, which is why these two figures are also not congruent. But what about these two shapes? They have the same shape as well as the same size. They are congruent figures. But we cannot place a figure on the other to know if they are congruent or not. So how can we say if two figures are congruent or not? We need to understand a simple concept first. Is it only figures that can be congruent? Consider two segments, segment AB and segment CD. Both measure 3 units. Can we say that they are congruent? Of course we can. Segment AB is congruent to segment CD. What if we have two angles like this with the same measure? Say both measure 60 degrees. Yes, these two angles are also congruent. Coming back to our question, when are two figures congruent? Look at these two triangles. When can we say that they are congruent? We can say that these two triangles are congruent if all the matching sides and all the matching angles are congruent. When are two triangles said to be congruent? Consider these two triangles. Each triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. 6 elements in all. Let's name the triangles first. We call the first triangle ABC and the second one PQR. Side AB is congruent to side PQ, side BC is congruent to side QR, and side AC is congruent to side PR. Each of the 3 sides of triangle ABC is congruent to the 3 sides of triangle PQR. Angle A is congruent to angle P, angle B is congruent to angle Q, and angle C is congruent to angle R. Then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. We use this sign to denote congruency, a squiggly line above the equal to sign. So we don't really need to place one figure on the other to know if they're congruent when we know their corresponding sides and angles are equal. There are a few conditions that will help us to know if two triangles are congruent. The first one is called the SSS congruence condition, where S stands for side. Two triangles are congruent if 3 sides of one triangle are respectively equal to the 3 sides of the other triangle. What does this exactly mean? Let's move to a new page to understand. We need to construct a triangle with sides 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. It would look something like this: 3, 5 and 7. Now let's construct another triangle with sides 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. This is how it would shape out: 3, 5 and 7 centimeters. These two triangles will surely be congruent. If you try constructing them in your notebook, you will see that they will be of the same shape and size. That's your SSS condition. If 3 sides of a triangle are respectively equal to the 3 sides of another triangle, the triangles will surely be congruent. As you would have already guessed, SAS means side, angle, side. But there's something important we need to know here. the angle must be included between the two sides given. We will understand what included means in a bit. First, let's understand what the condition tells us. It says that two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are respectively equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. Let's move to a new page to understand this. Say we have to draw a triangle ABC with the following information provided to us. We have AB equal to 4 centimeters, BC equal to 5 centimeters, and angle ABC equal to 40 degrees. So triangle ABC will shape up this way. Angle ABC is 40 degrees, AB is 4 centimeters, and BC is 5 centimeters. Note that the angle is included between the two sides. And if we have triangle PQR with PQ equal to 4 centimeters and QR equal to 5 centimeters, and angle PQR equal to 40 degrees, then the triangle formed will be exactly like triangle ABC. Angle PQR is 40 degrees, PQ is 4 centimeters, and QR is 5 centimeters. If we take this triangle over to this one, they will overlap exactly. That is why we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. ASA stands for angle, side, and angle. This time, a side would be included between two angles. Let this be triangle ABC. The measure of angle ABC is 40 degrees. Measure of angle ACB is 60 degrees. And the side between them, which is side BC, is 6 centimeters. The ASA congruence condition says that if we have another triangle with two angles and an included side equal to the two angles and an included side of a triangle, then the two triangles will be congruent. And if we have triangle PQR with the same two angles and the included side, then they will be congruent. If this measure is 40 degrees and this measure is 60 degrees and the included side is 6 centimeters, then the two triangles will surely be congruent. Triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. Last and the most interesting condition for congruence of triangles is called the RHS condition. The other conditions we've seen so far have an S or an A in their names, but this one's a bit different. Okay, S as we know stands for side, but what about R and H? R stands for right angle. This tells us that the condition will work only for right triangles. And what do we have opposite to the right angle? Yes, the hypotenuse. That's your RHS condition. So this condition says that two right triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and one side of a triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and a side of another triangle. Remember, hypotenuse and any other side. Let's understand this with figures. Suppose we have one right triangle ABC with angle ABC equal to 90 degrees. The length of the hypotenuse is 5 units and that of the height is 3 units. Similarly, if we have a right triangle PQR, right angled at vertex Q, with the same hypotenuse length and side PQ equal to 3, then the two triangles will be congruent. We don't even need to know the length of the other side or any other angle for that matter. We can be sure that these two right triangles are congruent as the hypotenuse and one side of one triangle are equal to that of the other. Does it have to be the height? Let's assume that the lengths of side BC and QR are equal to 4 units each. Will the right triangle still be congruent? Yes, you can be sure that the two right triangles would still be congruent. The condition says hypotenuse and any other side.
Children, let's recap the today's class. Angle sum property. The exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. Congruent triangles. Two triangles are congruent if the sides and angles of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angles of another triangle. Learning outcomes. At the end of the class, children all learnt what is angle sum property and the concept of congruent triangles and its rules. Let's finish this class with eye exercise and Shanti Mantra. Thank you. Hari Om. पूर्णमत पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Learning outcomes. At the end of the class, children all learnt what is angle sum property and the concept of congruent triangles and its rules. Let's finish this class with eye exercise and Shanti Mantra. Thank you. Hari Om.